The last two ways we're going to look at selecting projects are based on a weighted scoring model and a balanced scoring method. And they're both similar. The balanced scoring method is really the weighting scoring method on steroids. When the weighting scoring method, is used for many things, but one of the ways is for selecting which projects to do. I often see it used when you're selecting vendors or products as well. What you do is you have a list of areas that you're interested in. Cost, performance, return on investment, and you rate each area for each project or each vendor. And the weighting comes in as how much weight do you assign to each one. So the cost may be 60% of the final score, and the payback period may be 30% of the final score, and then the other 5 options get only 2% of the final score. And then you rate them all, you weight them based on this rating scale, and then you come up with a score for every project. I have another video about the weighting scale. Weighting scales are very, very useful, very powerful, and you should spend some time learning how to make some. We may do a project with that later on. But again, you will use them as a project manager when you're looking at vendors to hire to help you with your project. Weighting scales are not only a useful tool, they have a lot of CYA. If you have a weighting scale that's on there, it isn't who took you to lunch the most, who gave you the best swag during their dog and pony show. No one's going to say, oh, well, he picked him because they took him to lunch 3 times and gave him good swag. You have the weighted scale that says, look, no, here's why they were the best, because they had the numbers on there. So weighted scales are really important. Now, the balance method really takes that weighting scale and puts it on steroids. So instead of just coming up with the values, there's huge metrics and system design of coming up with those values. It's sort of a huge model for coming up with a weighted scale. So each part of the weighted scale has some big metric that pumps out that number that goes there. So it's really just a weighted scale on steroids.